Hello everyone, welcome to BI Consulting Pro, and this is episode number 10 of our series DA100 tutorials. In today's episode we are going to discuss about how to create and manage workspaces in Power BI. In this session we are going to discuss about distribute a report or a dashboard, then we will discuss about the monitor usage and performance. After that, we are also gonna discuss about a development lifecycle in Power BI, followed by troubleshoot data by viewing its lineage, and at last, we will discuss about configure data protection. That means how we can apply sensitivity labels to Power BI reports. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. The very first thing you have to do, you have to come on Power BI services. You can use any of the browser, Chrome, Internet Explorer, Edge, or any other browser that you are using. And then you have to sign in into your Power BI service account. It can ask you to authenticate yourself, and if not, then you can sign in into your workspace. I have already created a video if you want to go through the Power BI services, what are the different components on your Power BI services portal, where to locate your report or dataset, etc. So you can go and check those videos. I'll also provide the link in the description section. So let's move forward, and here our main motto is how we can create our workspaces and how to share your reports or dashboard with the users. On my left hand side you can see that I have the workspaces option over here, where I have two workspaces currently, demo and demo premium workspace. Apart from that, there is a my workspace. So my workspace is by default workspaces. Whenever you are going to create your Power BI service account, you will get this always, and it's for individual users, it's for you only. But over here today what we are going to do, I'm gonna show you how to create a workspace. You have to come over here in the workspaces, then you will find an option at the bottom of the screen which says create workspace. You can click on that. Once you will click on the create workspace, then there are a couple of options that are visible to you on your screen, and here you can give it a name. I can say test workspace over here, and if you would like to give any description you can give it. Also, if you want to upload any image, you can browse the image and you can upload over here. Right now the image size should be less than 45 KB itself, and then you can load it. So over here, like I have this image, I can come up over here and I can upload over here. Then you can provide the description in the description section, otherwise no need to do that. And if you want to learn something more about the workspace settings, that you can also do. But right now what we are going to do, we are going to learn advanced settings of a workspace. So the very first, you will notice here the contact list. So whom should you contact when there is something going on with this workspace? So either you can say okay workspace admins only, or you can type your email addresses over here for other users as well. Then there's an option over here, workspace OneDrive. So if you want to mention if you want to link your workspace with a OneDrive, you can do that. Just provide over here the address, otherwise no. If you are a Power BI premium user, then what you can do over here, you can even get the premium capacity. Right now I have the Power BI premium per user account. If I want to create a premium, I can do that, and there I can select the different options and I can create the same workspace. I'll just show you which I have already created. If you don't want to create on the premium capacity, you just want to create on a Power BI Pro capacity. That means if you have only the Power BI Pro license, then you can switch it off and then you can create it. Then you will find the two more options, develop a template app or security settings, allow contributors to update the app for this workspace, that you can also do. Generally Power BI contributors are not allowed to update the app, but if a Power BI admin wants to, they can provide them this kind of access after checking out this option. That's all you need to do. Then you can save it and you can create your workspace. So let me show you the one that I have created on the premium capacity, this one. And here you can see this is my Power BI premium workspace. And if you would like to see a simple one which is based on the Power BI Pro user license, then this one is my Pro. And over here, as I mentioned you earlier, if you want to share this workspace with someone else, you can do that. You can provide them the access, whether they want to view it, contribute something, or the admin access. What you have to do, you have to come over here and you will see this access button over here. Just click on this and here you can type the email address of the individual users, but always keep remember only the users who are into your organization or who are as a guest user into your Azure Active Directory account, only those users can get access over here. Now we have couple of options in terms of the access, whether it's an admin, member or contributor or viewer. So this is the one which is the most important topic for the DA100 exam. There are lots of questions come over there. So if I'll head over to the Microsoft documentations where we can find out what are the difference between these roles. Over here you can see that admin has all the access on any workspace where they can add or remove the users, publish, update or delete any app, or they can create, edit or delete the reports or the content in the Power BI workspace. Also there are some other accesses as well. But the main point over here is to note that contributor role, they can update the apps or they cannot. Why I'm saying so? Because as I mentioned to you earlier over here on my Power BI workspace, whenever I'll try to create any Power BI workspace, you will get this option whether you want to allow your contributor to update the app or not. So always remember this setting. There would be a question most definitely in your DA100 exam. Now once you have created your workspace, the second thing comes how you are going to share your report with the users. As a part of best practice, I would always suggest you do not share the report directly over here. Rather than that, you should create an app, and within the app you can share any number of reports. Why I'm saying so? Because whenever we have to share the reports with the users, we don't need to provide them the access on the workspaces. Rather than that, we are gonna share our reports through an app. Otherwise, you can just copy the link from here, or you can go in any report and you can directly share from there. Also, you can subscribe the report. If somebody is already in your organization, you want to get the subscription, you can subscribe the same. You can create subscription, and over here there are the different options. You can fill them out and you can schedule the subscription. Now comes to the part where I was saying that we should always try to share the report using the app. So how you can create the app? Once you will come into your content part, you will see there is an option include in the app on your extreme right hand side, and you can include or exclude particular content from this app workspace. Once you are gonna do that, after that you have to click on the create app button. Once you will do that, then there are a couple of the options. You can describe the description over here, you can give the name to your app, and then there are a couple of more options. Even if you want to mention some person's name or someone who is responsible whenever somebody is connecting to you for any issues related to any report, you can mention over there. That is the contact information. Also, you can change the logo if you would like to. You can upload a particular logo for any app. Then there is a navigation. Navigation means you can move them up and down. Generally in one workspace we have more than 10 reports, 20 reports, or any number of reports we can put over there. That depends only on the size of that particular workspace, and I believe this is 10 GB per user workspace. And then you can move them up and down. So your reports and dashboards both are gonna be over here. After doing so, you can go to the permission. Here you can mention either the individual email addresses or a group of email addresses like your AD group. Then you can also check out the option for the installation, like for anyone who has the access on this app, it can automatically gonna install into their Power BI portal. And after that you just need to click on the publish button. So over here you will see on my left hand side there is an app option over here, and all the apps are gonna be available over here. And if you would like to download any of the template app, then you can get those apps. You have to click get, and there you can find a couple of samples and you can connect with your own data. Now let's move forward, and we are going to discuss now how to share your dashboard. So this is my dashboard, which is the Power BI Crash Course dashboard, and here you will find this share option. On your reports also you will get this option if your Power BI admin has enabled the same. And from there you can directly share it, And once you are going to mention their email addresses, then in the access you can see who all have the accesses over here. So this is the one part where we created the workspaces, where we can see how to create the premium workspace or the Power BI Pro user workspace, how to share the dashboard or the report to anyone else in your organization or even outside organization if you have added them as a guest user into your Azure Active Directory account. Now let's talk about how we can monitor the performance and usage of the report. For that, what you have to do, you have to go into your workspace, and once you will go in your workspace, you will right click on these three dots in front of any content, whether it's a report, dashboard, and then you will see view usage metrics. Just click on that. It would take a couple of seconds to generate the metrics, and then you can click on view usage metrics. Once you will click over here, you will see there are different options like total views, total viewers, total views rank, and unique users per day, and so on. And based on that, you can utilize them. And not only that, you can even pin them to your dashboard. You can create a separate dashboard and then you can subscribe it, so that in case of future, you don't need to come over here again and again, and you can view them yourself. Now we will move forward, and here we are going to discuss about the development lifecycle strategy. The development process is iterative. It typically requires building an initial solution, then testing solution in a different environment, and then we are going to returning to make necessary revisions, and eventually releasing a final product. That means whenever a developer or a software engineer is working on any product, then first they have to develop in the development environment, followed by they are going to test into the testing environment, and after that they are going to finally release into the production environment. So how we are going to achieve the same into Power BI? So you can see on my left hand side I have this development pipelines, but you should also remember that development pipelines are a feature of Power BI Premium account only. Either you should have Power BI Premium per user or Power BI Premium, which are capacity based licenses, and definitely they are going to cost you more as compared to Power BI Pro license. So what you have to do, very first you have to come over here. If you don't have any pipeline already, so you can create pipeline, and you can see on my screen, first you have to create the pipeline. After that you have to assign your workspace, then you have to develop and test your content and share with your users. But before starting this, you have to create your workspace on the premium capacity, and how you can do that, which I already explained you. You have to create your workspace, go to your advanced options, and here you have to create on the premium capacity. Otherwise it's not gonna work at all. So once you are gonna do that, so after that you have to create a deployment pipeline, and for that you have to come on your left hand side panel. Here is the deployment pipeline. So what you can do to create the deployment pipelines, you will come on the left hand side, and over here in the left hand side panel you will find this deployment pipelines. Click on this one, and there is an option at the bottom, create a pipeline. Just click on this one, and it's gonna ask you what would be the name of your this deployment pipeline. So let's say I'm gonna say it demo pipeline, and here the description is optional whether you want to mention it or not, but always remember that once you are gonna create it, your pipeline is gonna be there. So create it. Once you will create, then it's automatically gonna populate some options for you. It's gonna say this is development, then test, and then at last it's a production one. But right now we haven't assigned any of the workspaces for this, and your workspace should be a premium workspace. So again, there is an option at the bottom of my screen where it's saying assign a workspace. Just click on this, and here if you have already created a workspace on the premium capacity, it's gonna show you. And the best part is that you don't need to create all three different workspaces inside that. That means deployment, that means development, test, and production. You just need to create one, and automatically other two are gonna be there. So over here I'm gonna select my demo premium workspace, development, assign, and here it is there. So if I'll go in my premium workspace over here again, Now you can see that you can add your content over here. You can just click on this, and then there are the different options like the usual workspace, and you can add it. But not only that, if you will go back over there, you will find in the deployment pipelines that there is a demo pipeline. If you want to create more, you can create it and you can click on this. I'm going to create a separate video for deployment pipelines, and it's gonna be published very soon, so I would request you to just wait for that. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can comment in the comment section and let us know so that we can reply you and we can help you out to figure it out. The Lineage feature in Power BI allows you to quickly refresh dataset and see the relationship between the artifacts in a workspace and their external dependencies. By that means, what I'm trying to say, whenever you will come into your workspace, like I'm over here in my demo, so under View tab, you will see there are two options. One is List, another is Lineage. If you have to troubleshoot any data error or any refresh or anything, or you want to see how your data is flowing from the data source to the report, then you can click on this option. Once you will click, then it's first gonna show you the different data sources, then the data set, report, and at last the dashboard. So if I'll click on my very first, you will get the information, okay, from where it's getting, whether there is a data gateway or not, and other options. Now you can even click on this. So you will see over here, this is the database name, and then workspaces and other informations, you can get it over here. Not only that, if you will click on the data set, and then you can find all the tables being used in data set, when it was last refreshed, who was the person who configured it, if there is any data sensitivity or not, and similarly you will find a couple of for your report or the dashboard. Now we will move to our last section of today's session, that is how we can configure data protection. As enterprises grow, so does their data. Often, strict requirements and regulations must be applied to ensure that this sensitive data is secure. Power BI provides a different ways to help you accomplish this task. So in order to apply the sensitivity level, first of all, you have to get a subscription from the Azure services. And after that, you have to create your sensitivity label in your Office 365. Very soon, I'm going to publish a new video for the sensitivity label. One video I have already published, and you can find the link in the description section. What are the sensitivity labels, how to use them, and also what are the different labels that we can put on the dashboards too. Then in my next video, I'm going to explain you how you can actually create those sensitivity labels, what kind of subscription do you need, etc. But for today's demo, I have already created some of the sensitivity labels, so I'm just going to show you how to apply them. What you have to do, you have to go to your workspace, like there, I am already over here. I'll come to my list view, and here I can go to my report settings. Once I'll go over there, on my right hand side, you will see there are the couple of options over here. Like first you will see the endorsement, which is in the preview. That means you can endorse your report as well. Like previously, we have this option to endorse your data set to make it certified. Right now we have the promoted options and certified options under the endorsement for reports as well. This is currently in preview, so you can do that. After that, you will see some persistent filters, page pins, etc. options are there. But once you will go down a bit more, you will see sensitivity labels. I have created these sensitivity labels like any user, no data protection required, or highly confidential. Depends on your organization's requirements. You can have more than one sensitivity label which can be applied on the reports. And then when anyone who is rendering the report, they want to analyze in Excel, or they want to download the report, they want to view it, etc., they would always prompt to first sign in to authorize themselves that they have the right access to open that report, and only then they can do that. So over here you can select this highly confidential and just save it, and you can now see that the sensitivity has been applied, highly sensitivity labels. But remember that before checking out these options, if you are not able to find these options, there can be multiple reasons. First, you haven't configured these policies or the sensitivity labels in Microsoft 365 security account. And secondly, so what you can do, you can come over here in the settings and there is the admin portal. Once you will go in the admin portal, then you will see the other tenant settings. Under the tenant settings, once you will go down, there is the information protection. It should be enabled, otherwise you won't be able to see any sensitivity label. And prior to that, of course, you should have this Azure services subscription for the information protection, and then you should have those sensitivity labels configured into your Office 365 account. If you have any concern or questions, please don't forget to comment in the comment section and you can connect with us. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for the latest updates.